Hello, welcome to another Hello, my name is Alice and I'm the founder of Woo Woo Company, a guide to all things woo, spiritual, and holistic health. Everything that I share is to help you discover your truth and live a more aligned life. Yoga is actually how I got into this space. It all started 6-7 years ago. I started to have a regular yoga practice, went a couple times a week, then it was every day, and I discovered that this mindful movement really helped to quiet the mind. And ultimately, I began to understand that yoga is so much more than just a workout. In fact, it is a series of physical movements that allow your mind to become more clear and to bring together a stronger mind, body, soul connection. This is one of the reasons why that I teach a yoga class every single month, specifically themed with the chakras. Chakras are energy centers of the body, and these energy centers allow us to better understand ourselves. And if one of them is over or underactive, there's an imbalance, not only in our bodies, but in our realities as well. And so I love teaching this class because the chakra system empowers you to understand your energy and how you can cultivate it and how you can change it. And of course, everyone loves a long shavasana. The last few minutes of class that you're just laying down, integrating, focusing on your breath. It's so good, it is so rejuvenating, and that is why I have a 30-minute shavasana that is a sound bath meditation. So if this is your first chakra healing yoga class, this is your first sound bath, all you need to know that it is going to be such a relaxing but energizing experience, especially the sound bath if you've never done one before. Really, all you need is yourself. Maybe later on you might want an eye mask, a blanket because it gets cold, but you do the sound bath laying down. All right, let's get started. Today's focus of class is really just overall chakra balancing. Most of the times I will focus on one chakra, but I find that January is really still an in-between month, a limbo month, not quite the year before, doesn't quite feel like the momentum of that year has already started. Very much so a time for reflection and setting your intention for the rest of the year. So we will focus on overall balancing of the chakras. So I invite you now to come into a comfortable seated position. Once you find yourself into a comfortable seated position, change the cross of your legs. We usually cross in a dominant way. And I want you to root down through your sit bones. Sit nice and tall, roll your shoulders back, slight tuck of the chin to the chest to keep a nice neutral neck, and allow your spine to get long. Imagine a string at the top of your head pulling you up to the ceiling. Gently close your eyes here, bringing your attention inward to the breath. I always start and end this class with a guided meditation that goes through each of the chakras, and then we go into movement and then end with a sound bath shavasana. So begin to settle into your breath. Notice how your body feels today. Notice if your breath is shallow or if it's going deep into the belly, allowing your belly to expand out. Palms can face down for grounding energy. Palms can face up on the knees to receive energy. Starting with 3 cleansing breaths. First, empty the breath out. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go out through the mouth. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep sigh out through the mouth. Another breath in through the nose, holding at the top. Let it go out through the mouth. Beginning Ujjayi breathing. As you seal the lips, breathing in and out through the nose. Allow that breath to travel through the back of the throat, down the length of the spine and into the belly. Really allow your belly to expand with each breath in, contract with each breath out. Feel your sit bones root down into the mat, into the floor. Feeling grounded, feeling safe. We'll start with the first chakra at the base of the spine. It is the root chakra, the color red. I want you to visualize a red wheel of energy here at the base of the spine. The root chakra represents home, family, what you need to feel safe and secure, career, and purpose. Notice anything that comes up for you here as you send the breath to the root chakra. Taking steady breaths in and steady breaths out. Noticing anything that comes up for you here. Moving up to the sacral chakra, right beneath the navel, orange ball of energy. The sacral chakra represents creativity, sensuality, and joy. I remember when I first learned about the sacral chakra, I was surprised. I'm like, oh, all of these things are all in the same energy center? But truly it makes a lot of sense. So sending the breath to that area, focusing on that chakra, and allowing any messages that need to come to you to come through to you during meditation. Feeling more still, more at ease, with each breath in and each breath out. Moving up to the solar plexus, the sun in our body is right in our abdomen. The solar plexus is the color yellow, represents confidence, courage, perseverance, our identity. It's all here. Begin to bring your attention and your breath to this yellow ball of energy. Taking steady breaths in, steady breaths out. Taking notice of your personal power. Now we're about to leave the lower chakras that are related to our body and to the earth. Moving up to the heart that combines, connects the lower chakras with the upper chakras. The heart is a green ball of energy, representing love, compassion, empathy, balance, relationships. It's also where we store our grief. Forgiveness also resides here. Really allow your heart space to expand with each breath in and each breath out. You might want to place your hands over your chest here, feeling the rise and fall of your body with each breath in and each breath out, feeling the beating of your heart. Intentional inhales, intentional exhales. Now we're moving up to the first upper chakra, the throat chakra. The upper chakras deal with the mind and the spirit. We honestly spend most of our time up here, which makes it even more important to pay attention to the lower chakras and to practice grounding. It's easy for us to be in the upper chakras. So the throat is the color blue, represents self-expression, communication, and the seat of manifestation. Taking steady breaths in and steady breaths out. The ability to speak your truth to yourself and to others resides here. It's very easy to Identify when you have a block in this chakra because you feel a constriction, a tightness in the throat, or a lump in your throat. This happens when we aren't able to speak our minds, our opinions, to speak how we truly feel. Taking steady breaths in, steady breaths out. Moving up to the third eye, the sixth chakra, seat of intuition, space between the brows, behind the eyes. I want you to relax the brows, relax the forehead. Begin to bring your attention to your mind's eye. It's the color indigo, which is a mix of purple and blue. Begin to focus on this chakra that represents intuition and imagination. Taking steady breaths in, steady breaths out. Focusing on your mind's eye. Bring a softness to your face. Coming up to the final chakra, the crown of the head. The crown is purple, could also be white. It's our connection to source energy, the universe, God, connection to our higher selves. To know that we are all connected and to trust in divine timing, which can be a bit difficult at times. And so here I am to remind you that you're right where you're supposed to be. You are right on time. What is yours will always be yours. Taking steady breaths in, steady breaths out. Acknowledging the crown chakra here. Imagine a ball of white light floating at the top of your head now. This white light is turning into a column that connects each of the chakras, starting at the crown, moving to the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root, and going into the earth. Taking steady breaths in and steady breaths out. Feeling a deep sense of peace and calm here. And as you're ready, gently open your eyes, coming back to the present moment and the present space. Extend both legs out, give them a nice shake. They might be feeling a little bit tired from that meditation. Maybe you want to massage your legs a little bit. We're going to move into a wide straddle forward fold. Root down through your sit bones. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands away from you. Maybe you're up here. Maybe your forearms are coming down to the ground. Maybe your chest. Flex your feet, toes up to the ceiling. Extend the crown of head forward here. Taking steady breaths in, steady breaths out. You can close your eyes here once more if you'd like. Taking 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale to rise, walk the hands back to you, moving into cobbler's pose, soles of the feet touch. Bring the feet close to you for a deeper stretch, farther away for a more gentle one. Hands grab the outsides of the feet as you inhale to lengthen, exhale to forward fold. Press your elbows into your legs here to gently open up the hips. Again, extend the crown of head forward heel. Feel that nice stretch. Maybe you want to look to the left, maybe to the right. Notice what feels good for your body. Always listen to your body. If I cue something that doesn't feel right or sound right to you, you know best, so just modify. Or go into a child's pose, or another asana that feels right for you. Inhale to rise. Knees meet, soles of the feet are on the ground. And let's slowly move into a low crouch here. A low crouch and then into a table, a nice neutral table. Your knees are hips width distance apart. Hips are stacked over knees, shoulders over wrists, hands spread wide on the mat as you inhale to look up. Exhale to dome the spine, chin to chest. Doing some cat-cows on your own. Begin to warm up the spine here. Bring some movement into the body. In the winter, we tend to be a little bit more sedentary, especially now. So really exaggerate these movements. Notice what feels good for your body. Coming back to neutral, we're going to tuck the toes. Lift the knees 2 inches off the ground to begin to activate the core. Bring that belly button to spine. Extend the crown of head forward. Heels pressing towards the back of the room. Full engagement of all the muscles in your body. If this feels a little bit too intense, you can always lower the knees down to the earth. Slowly press up and back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet in downward facing dog here. Maybe this is your first downward facing dog of the month. So be kind to your body. And of course, if it's, if you don't practice a lot of yoga, I want you to come down to your forearms when your downward facing dogs are getting a little bit tired, because if you don't practice yoga a lot, that means your wrist strength might be a little bit lacking depending on your other hobbies, your other activities. So really be gentle with your body. If you're getting a bit tired, always know you can come down to your forearms or into a child's pose. On your next inhale, I want you to lift the heels up towards the ceiling. On your next exhale, place them closer down to the mat. Inhale to lift high on those tippy toes. Exhale the heels down to the earth. One more time, high on those tippy toes. Relax them down to the mat here. Slowly walk your hands towards the back of the mat. Make sure your feet are hips width distance apart to create a nice stable foundation as you move into a forward fold. Hands grab opposite elbows. Feel that natural sway of your body side to side. Anytime you feel stressed out or anxious, know that a forward fold is very healing. Wonderful to kind of deal with those types of emotions. Crown of head is pointing down to the earth, hips and tailbone up to the ceiling as your feet are firmly rooted down into the earth here. Taking 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Slowly release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, punch the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky, root to rise, bringing hands to heart center. Set an intention for class today. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go out through the mouth. We're going to start with standing postures today. So if you've been taking classes with me for a while, you know this is a bit different. I want you to root down into the left foot. Bring that right sole of foot into tree. Ankle, calf, or upper thigh. Make sure to press that right knee towards the back of the room, and your hands are at heart center, making sure that you find your drishti 1 point in front of you to help you bring your focus and your balance. You can grow your tree as you are ready, swaying it from side to side. I know that some of you out there are very good at balancing, and so I invite you to bring your gaze up to the ceiling. Maybe you will travel your gaze towards the back of the room. Maybe you'll close your eyes. Whatever is going to be challenging for you, I invite you to take that. Know that it's always okay to have your right foot or your feet as a kickstand. So the sole of the right foot at the outside of the left ankle. Taking 1 more breath. Slowly bring that right foot in front as you step forward. Inhale that right knee up to the chest and your hands are at heart center. Left hand grabs the outside of the left foot as we slowly move into dancer. Right hand extends forward as you press that foot into the hand here. Looking forward. Nice back bend here. Taking 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. This is early in the practice, so be gentle with your body. Slowly release. Coming back to center, hands at heart center. Left knee to the chest, step it forward. Inhale, right knee into the chest. We're going to move into a modified dancing Shiva. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand extends behind you. Maybe your gaze is right to the right side, or it's towards the back of the room. Now this might be quite challenging for you, so you can stay here, or that left hand can grab the outside of the right foot, moving into full expression of dancing Shiva as you gaze towards the back of the room here. Maybe in your full expression, you're grabbing the outside of the right calf or the ankle. That's okay too, or you need a strap to help you. Taking 1 more breath. Slowly release, coming back to center, both feet on the ground. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hang heavy here. Step back into a downward facing dog. Slowly shift forward into plank, hips at shoulder height, shoulders over wrist. Taking 1 breath here. Slowly using your core, press up and back into downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands towards the back of the mat once more because we have that other side. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky, hands at heart center. Root down into the right foot. Moving into tree, left sole of foot on ankle, calf, or upper thigh. Make sure to press that left knee towards the back of the room. Roll your shoulders back. Growing your tree as you're ready. Doing whatever you did on the other side. Notice if this side's a bit different than the other. No judgment, just curiosity, just being observant. Bring your hands back to center. Inhale that left knee up to the chest, step it on forward. Inhale, right knee up to the chest. Moving into dancer, right hand to the outside of the right foot. Extend the left arm forward as you slowly teeter forward, pressing the right foot into the right hand, moving into dancer. Taking 2 breaths here. Remember being kind to your body as this is the beginning of our practice. 1 more breath. Slowly coming back to center, hands at heart center. Step that right foot forward. Inhale that left knee up to the chest. We're moving into that modified dancing Shiva. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm extends out behind you. Maybe you're looking to the left wall. Maybe you're looking behind you. Notice you're a bit wobbly on this side. I know I am. Staying here, moving into the full expression. Right hand grabs the outside of the left foot, or maybe you're reaching the ankle or the calf, or you have a strap or a towel to help you into this full extension. Notice that nice stretch in the left leg. Slowly release both feet on the ground. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Step back into plank. Moving through your vinyasa to shift the weight forward. Moving into chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. You can always choose to skip your vinyasas and go straight into downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here. You want to close your eyes, focusing on the root chakra, sending the breath to those areas. Family, foundation, safety, and security. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. Bring it forward and through for a runner's lunge here. Open up that right arm for an open arm twist. Gaze up at the ceiling. Place that right hand down it to the earth. Spin the back foot down 45 degrees as you inhale up into Warrior One on this first side here. Squaring your hips towards the front of the room. Front knee over front ankle. Nice strong Warrior Ones here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sweep the arms down and back. Inhale up. Exhale to sweep down and back. Inhale up. Exhale to sweep down and back. Always using your core here. Inhale back up. Shorten the stance, straighten that front leg. We're moving into pyramid pose. Lengthen down. Squaring the chest to that leg. You might need to heel toe out your feet to create a more stable foundation. Extend the crown of head towards the earth. You should feel that nice stretch in the right leg. Maybe your hands are down on the floor. Maybe they're on blocks. Maybe your fists. Whatever feels right for you as you drop that left hip down to meet the right, to square your hips. Taking 2 breaths here. One more breath. So that left hand either goes on the inside of the right foot or to the outside as we open up into revolve triangle. Gaze up at the ceiling here. Make sure to root down through your feet. Engage your legs here. Engage those nice strong muscles. Fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling. Imagine electricity sparking from your fingertips here. Slowly bring that right hand down. We're shifting into a standing split as you heel toe that right foot to the middle of the mat. Both hands onto the earth. Now, maybe you want a modified standing split. You're just lifting that left leg a couple inches off the ground. Maybe it's going parallel. Maybe you're bringing your chest down to the right leg as your left foot reaches up to the ceiling here. Whatever feels right for you here. Taking 2 breaths. One more breath. Slowly release down. You're in that runner's lunge once more. Inhale up into high lunge. Feeling that nice stretch in the left hip flexor. Nice strong high lunges here. Bringing hands to heart center. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale into high lunge prayer twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee as you gaze up at the ceiling. Spread the back wide. Bring that left rib cage through. Taking 2 breaths. One more breath. Inhale to rise back up into your high lunge. Bringing hands to heart center, or you can keep your arms extended for an added challenge. Bring that back foot up a little bit towards the middle of the mat. We're shifting into a Warrior 3. So one nice fluid motion into Warrior 3. Drop the left hip down to meet the right. Flex the left foot, press the heel towards the back of the room. Slight up dog in the chest here. Root down through your right foot. Your right leg might be a little bit tired now. You can always place your hands down to the earth for a modified Warrior 3. Slowly release back into that high lunge here. Release the hands down to the earth, runner's lunge. Step back into plank. Move through your vinyasa, or go straight into downward facing dog, or child's pose, whatever feels right for you. Once you're in your downward facing dog, close your eyes here, setting the breath, setting your attention to the sacral chakra, that orange wheel of energy right beneath the navel, representing creativity, sensuality, and joy. Noticing anything that comes up for you here as you focus your attention to this energy center. Taking one more breath. Inhale that left leg up to the sky. Bring it forward and through for a runner's lunge. Inhale that left arm up to the sky for an open arm twist. Press that bottom hand away from the earth. Reach those left fingertips up to the ceiling. Slowly return down into a runner's lunge. Spin the back foot down 45 degrees. Maybe heel toe out that left foot. Inhale up into a warrior one. Square the hips towards the front of the room. Front knee over front ankle. Really engage that back leg. Sometimes we let that back leg get a little bit lazy. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to sweep the arms down and back. Remember to use your core here. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it down and back. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it down and back. Inhale once more back into warrior one. Shorten the stance, straighten that front leg. We're moving into pyramid pose. Inhale to lengthen before folding over the left leg. Maybe hands are on blocks, fists, or your hands are down on the earth. Make sure to drop the right hip down. Feel that stretch in the left leg here. Crown of head extends towards the mat. Feeling a nice stretch here. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Taking steady breaths in and steady breaths out. So we move into revolve triangle. That right hand to the inside of the left foot or to the outside. We're going to spin open that left arm. Revolve triangle. Important to root down through your feet. Engage your legs. You can always shorten your stance, widen your stance to make sure that you're stable. Imagine I'm pulling your left hand up to the ceiling, creating length. Crown of head extends towards the front of the room here. Slowly release that left hand down, moving into a standing split. Heel toe that left foot to the middle of the mat. Gently lift your right leg, letting it go as high as you want, a couple inches, parallel to the mat. Maybe all the way up to the ceiling as you bring your chest down to the leg here. It's kind of like a splits in the air. Taking 2 breaths. 1 breath. Slowly release down into a runner's lunge. Inhale up into high lunge. Feeling that nice stretch in the right hip flexor here. Bringing hands to heart center. Inhale to shift the weight forward. Exhale for a twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Rotate that rib cage through, that right rib cage through. Gaze up at the ceiling here. Engage that back leg. Press the right heel towards the back of the room. Taking 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale back up into high lunge. Keeping your arms extended, or you can bring them to heart center. You know where we're going into a warrior 3. Bringing that back foot in a little bit. One nice fluid motion into that warrior 3. Teeter forward, root down through the left foot, bringing the weight to the inside of the left foot, that big toe. Drop the right hip to meet the left. Press the right heel towards the back of the room. Nice line of energy from heel to crown of head. Slight up dog in the chest here. Remember to engage your core. And as always, you can always release the hands down for a modified warrior 3. Slowly, gently come back into high lunge. Cartwheel the hands down to the earth. Move through your vinyasa. Or go straight down into a downward facing dog here. Should definitely be feeling some heat building in your body now. Once you're in a downward facing dog, I want you to close your eyes and focus on the solar plexus, the sun in our bodies, representing courage and confidence, bravery, our personal identity. The color yellow, right? Centers of our bodies, the abdomen. Noticing anything that comes up for you here. And as we focus on the solar plexus, it's always easy to create workouts, to create flows for the solar plexus because it's all ab work. So we're going to slowly shift into plank, our nice strong planks. Press the heels towards the back of the room, hips at shoulder height, core is engaged. Bring that belly button to spine. Know that you can always lower down to your knees. Shoulders over wrists, hands spread wide, pressing the mat away. I want you to slowly open up to the right side, moving into a side plank. Lift the hips up to the earth, to the sky. Gaze up to the ceiling. Really press that bottom hand away. You can always lower the bottom knee for a modification. Slowly return back into a plank. You can always come into a child's pose if you need it, where we move to the other side as you open up that left arm. Stack both feet on one another. Lift the hips with each inhale. Gaze up at the ceiling here. Press that bottom hand away from the mat. Taking one more breath. Slowly release down into plank and press up and back into a downward facing dog. 2 breaths here in downward facing dog. 1 more breath. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. Open and stack the hip. Point the knee up to the ceiling. Square the shoulders to the front of the room. If you're very flexible, and when you're in this open stacked hip, I want you to slightly tuck the tailbone to engage your core here, to not go into too much of a back bend. Do circles in one direction, circles in the other direction. Coming back into a down dog split. Bring that right knee to left tricep, extend it back. Right knee to right tricep, extend it back. Right knee to the center of the chest, step it on through. Moving into a warrior 1, spinning that back foot down 45 degrees. Open up into warrior 2. Make sure that front heel hits the middle of the back foot. Shoulders over hips, front knee over front ankle. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale into extended side angle. Left arm is up and overhead here. Really root down through your feet. Zip up the inseam of your legs. Coming back into a warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Exhale back into that warrior 2. We're moving into a half moon, so bring that back foot to the middle of the mat. Slowly shift the weight forward, putting the weight into the standing leg. You can always lower the bottom hand down onto the block or to the floor. Press that back heel towards the back of the room. Your arms are stacked on top of one another. Slowly release back into that warrior 2. Reverse that warrior. Move back into extended side angle. Maybe moving into a half or full bind this time. Bring the top hand to the lower back, to the inside of the right leg. If you're moving into a full bind, both hands meet on the underside of the right thigh. Right hand grabs the left wrist, straightening out that left arm. Or if you're in a half or a full bind, roll that top shoulder back. Gaze up at the ceiling. Taking 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Slowly rise on up, coming back into that nice strong warrior 2. We're gonna move into a high lunge. Hips are square towards the front of the room here. Open up into an open arm twist. Inhale back up into high lunge. You can stay here in high lunge, or we'll do some knee dips with that left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we'll dip. Going 90-90, bring that knee closer to the mat. Inhale to rise back up into high lunge. Exhale to dip. Bring that left knee to 90 degrees. Inhale up. 1 more hind. Dip that left knee down. Inhale back up into high lunge. Cartwheel the hands down to the earth. Move through your vinyasa. High to low push-up. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Once you're in your downward facing dog, closing your eyes here, bringing attention to your heart. That heart space allowed to expand with each breath in. This energy center is love, empathy, compassion. To be able to feel compassion and love for others is to feel that for ourselves as well. Really all starts with you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go out through the mouth. Bring your attention to your heart space. Your gratitude and abundance live here as well. Gratitude and abundance are the same frequency. So if you're more grateful, you're able to call in more abundance into your life. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Open and stack the hips. Circles in one direction. Circles in the other direction. Extend that leg out into a down dog split. Left knee to left tricep, extend it back. Left knee to right tricep, extend it back. Left knee to chest here, step it on through. Spin that back heel down 45 degrees into a warrior 1 here, nice strong warrior 1. Slowly open up into warrior 2. Make sure that front knee is over front ankle. Both legs are engaged here. Root your feet down into the earth. Shoulders over hips. Imagine electricity sparking from your fingertips here, extending your arms towards opposite ends of the room as you gaze over those left fingertips. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale into extended side angle. Make sure that you're not putting too much weight onto that left elbow. Really engage through your feet. Zip up the inseam of your legs. Gaze up at the ceiling here. Front knee is still over front ankle here. Make sure your chest is square towards the right side of the room. Inhale to rise to that warrior 2. Flip the warrior. Reverse the warrior. Coming back into a warrior 2. We're moving into that half moon. Bring that back foot to the middle of the mat. Root down into the left foot. Slowly, one nice fluid motion. Moving into a half moon. And you want to stack your hips on top of one another. Press that back heel towards the back of the room. Open your chest. Shine your chest to the right side of the room. Stack your arms on top of one another. Extend the crown of head forward. Extend that back heel towards the back of the room. Keeping that nice, strong standing leg rooted down into the earth. Slowly come back into warrior 2. Reverse the warrior here. Extended side angle once more. You can stay in this traditional extended side angle or move into a half or full bind. Bringing that top arm to the lower back or the inside of the left leg here. Make sure to roll that top shoulder back if you're moving into a full bind. Hands meet on the underside of the left leg. Left hand grabs right wrist, straightening out that left arm as you gaze up at the ceiling. Roll that top shoulder back. Make sure to engage your feet, your legs here to help you create a nice stable foundation. Taking 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Coming back up into that nice strong warrior 2. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Come back into warrior 2. Moving into a high lunge here. Nice strong high lunge. Open up to the left side. Inhale back up into high lunge. You can stay in this high lunge here, or we're going to do those knee dips once more on the right side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring that knee 90-90 close to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale to bend that right knee. Inhale up. Exhale to bend that right knee. Inhale up. Back into that high lunge. Bring the hands down to the mat. Move to your vinyasa or straight down to downward facing dog or a child's pose. Whatever feels right for you. As you close your eyes, begin to bring your attention to the throat chakra, that blue ball of light. Self-expression, communication, manifestation. It's all here in the throat chakra. Think about if there's something that you've been wanting to share with yourself or with others. Send the breath and your awareness to the throat chakra. Step or hop to the front of the mat. We're moving into chair pose. I'm going to switch my direction so you can see me a little bit better. Big toes touching heels slightly apart. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Sit deeply into your chair here. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Really want to sit deeply. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Gaze straight ahead or up at your fingertips here. So we're going to inhale to lengthen, extend the arms forward. Exhale, sweep the arms down and back, and also lift our heels for an added challenge. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lift the heels. Come on, bring back up. Exhale, lift the heels up once more. Place them down to the earth as you inhale up. Staying in your chair just for a few moments longer. Feeling your legs engage. Bring hands to heart center. Let's twist to the right side. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Bring that left rib cage through. Gaze up at the ceiling. Make sure your knees are in line with one another, that you're sitting back into your chair. Coming back to center, moving to the other side. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Spin that right rib cage through. Gaze up at the ceiling. Make sure your knees are in line with one another. Taking 1 more breath. Slowly release into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into a downward facing dog. Gently lower your knees down to the earth. We're moving into a child's pose here. Wide knees, child's pose. Knees mat width distance apart. Hands extend forward. Chest is on the earth, forehead is on the ground here. I want you to focus on your third eye, mind's eye, seat of intuition. Imagination resides here as well. Maybe closing your eyes. Bringing your focus and attention to the third eye. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to let your hips fall heavy, sinking towards the back of the room here. Noticing anything that comes up for you here as you think of intuition and imagination. Intuition is a skill that we all have. Once you start to pay attention to it, it gets stronger and stronger. Slowly rise up into a neutral table. We're moving into puppy pose. Make sure your hips stay stacked on your knees. Hips stay stacked on the knees. As you walk your hands forward, lower your chest down to the earth, your forehead down to the earth. If you know puppy pose, you can bring your chin down to the mat. Make sure there's no pinching. If your shoulders feel a little funny, make sure to widen your arms out, widen your hands out. You can always come back to a child's pose. It'd be a nice release in the upper back, in the heart, in the chest. Send the breath to the upper back. Slowly walk the hands back to you, moving into that neutral table. One round of cat-cow. Inhale to look up. Exhale to dome the spine, looking at your stomach. Let's do just one more here, actually. Placing that right hand to the middle of the mat. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Thread it on through for thread the needle. Left cheek on the mat. Maybe top arm goes to the lower back or to the inside of the left leg. Maybe you want to try something new and you extend that right foot out onto the floor. Roll that top shoulder back. And for an even more of an added challenge, you can lift your leg up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. So your leg kind of becomes parallel to the mat. You really have to engage your core here. If you fall out of it, you're not too far from the ground. Slowly unravel. Coming back into that neutral table. Inhale to look up. Exhale to dome the spine, looking at your stomach. Moving to the other side, left hand to the middle of the mat. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Really reach, reach, reach. Thread it on through. Right cheek to the mat. Left arm up and over. Roll that top shoulder back. Bring the gaze up to the ceiling. Maybe you're extending that left leg out once more. Make sure to seal the foot down to the earth. Really open up your chest a bit more here. If you want to try lifting up your left leg like what we did on the other side, you can bring that up. Moving it to where the wall and the ceiling meet so that your leg kind of becomes parallel to the mat, and then kind of 45 degrees. Slowly release if you've lifted your leg up. Unravel, come back into that neutral table. Inhale to look up, exhale to dome the spine, looking at your stomach here. I want you to come on to your butts. We're gonna move into a forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky, exhale, forward fold. Shift your hips back, flex your feet, extend the crown of head forward. Slight tuck of the chin to the chest to keep a nice neutral neck here. Maybe your knees are bent here. That's fine as well. Just reach whatever you can. Taking 2 breaths here. One more breath. Inhale to rise. Soles of the feet touch for Baddha Konasana. Pressing your elbows down into the earth. Extend the crown of head forward. Notice how this cobbler's pose feels compared to the one that we did at the beginning of class. Taking 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Inhale to rise. Soles of the feet on the earth. Slowly roll down onto your back. We're moving into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touch. One hand on your stomach, one hand on your heart here. With each inhale, press the big toes together. With each exhale, let your knees fall heavy. Inhale to press the big toes together. Exhale, the knees fall heavy. Inhale, press the big toes together. Exhale, let your knees fall heavy. Opening up the hips once more. Taking a few breaths here. Bring your knees together. Bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself a nice hug, rolling side to side, or maybe some circles in one direction, circles in the other direction. Let the knees fall down to the right side. Bump the hip to the middle of the mat. Extend both arms out. Look to the left side. Nice gentle twist. Back to center, moving the knees to the left side, shift the hips to the middle of the mat, gaze to the right side here. Allow your shoulders to relax. Feel heavy and weigh down to the mat. The knees back up to center. Bring them to your chest. Give them a nice squeeze once more. Let's move into happy baby. Hands grab the outsides of the feet. Spine is sealed down to the mat. Tailbone points down to the earth as you rock side to side. Press the feet into the ceiling. Hands pull the feet down. Nice oppositional force here. Maybe you want to bend one knee and stretch out leg of the other. Switch to the other side, straighten the leg from the other side. Whatever feels good for you here. Just rocking side to side. When you're ready, come into your final rest, your Shavasana, as you extend both legs forward. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Allow your body to feel heavy, way down to the earth. Let your feet flop out to the side. Let your shoulders roll back, way down, heavy to the earth.